This is a radio. It's not that interesting. It's like anything else from the 2000s. It's got a thing in the middle, two speakers on the sides. You can put them wherever you want. It's not that exciting. I found this at a Goodwill, and it had one feature that told me I had to buy it. And I'm going to show it to you in just a couple of seconds here. First, let's turn the thing on. Turns on. That's a good step. It's picking up an AM station. That's a good step too. Let's try FM. That works too. And actually, the sound that comes out of these speakers is really good for their size. They're not that big. They're a little bit bigger than my hand. There's a lot of bass, and they really use the surface they're on to project the sound. But none of that is a good reason to buy this. I'm about to show you what is. Watch this. That's the CD drawer thing. It opens up like a garage door. Watch it again. How freaking cool is that? So, let's get the best band ever formed, Smash Mouth, in here and see how it sounds. Let's turn up the volume first. You have to push a little bit hard on the center spindle to get it in, but when it is in, you know. So, let's see. And we have an error. And we have a no disk error. I have taken this apart. I have done what I can to fix it, but at this point, I think the error has come down to the laser assembly itself right there will not turn on. And I've looked into getting replacements for it. I've looked into how to fix it. It's just not a possibility. But let's open it up anyway so I can show you around, because there are some pretty interesting parts to this that you can only see from the inside. Alright, so we've got the unit by itself. We've taken the speakers, put them over there so they're not going to get in our way. So let's get into this thing and look around. So, just put it flat on its face like that. The first interesting thing is that this is the power supply section. Let's go ahead and get that off. Once you've taken out all the screws, the power supply section comes right out, and that's the first interesting thing, is that the power supply is completely modular. So they can sell this in any country they want and just replace this back part with a single cable and 4 screws. They could sell it anywhere. Really cool. Next we have to take out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to get inside. Alright, I forgot there are 3 more screws. There's one right here and one on either side of the speaker connection, so take those out as well. And once all that's done, you can just put the cable toward the middle and lift right off. Okay, so now that we're completely inside, you can see it's actually pretty simple in here. You've got this main board that everything is plugged into, 2 ribbon cables, and 2, 3, 4 of these black connectors here. They pop out really easy. And once everything's disconnected there, the whole thing just comes up. So now we're down to the meat of it. This is the part that is so fascinating. This motor here is what opens the door. It is connected in a belt that spins a gear system up here, which then opens up the door. You can see when I pull this cable, it just opens right up, and gosh darn if that isn't just the coolest thing ever. So this is where we get to something else interesting that I've never really seen before. Is you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 little circuit boards that don't have anything printed on them, and they're just being used as a way to hold in different pieces. Okay, so the CD segment itself is held in by 4 isolating spring screw systems. So let's get those out. Okay, so now it's free, but there's one more spring up here that needs to be disconnected before we can pull everything out. Flipping it over, you can see our problem. And of course you can't see the problem right now, but you can see the source of it. That laser right there. there aren't many, if any, replacement parts available, and if they were able to be found, I have a feeling they'd cost like 30 or 40 bucks. But that's what you get when you get a burned out laser, is it's not cheap to replace. So I'm going to be using a lot of parts from this in a lot of different projects, so it wasn't a waste of money at all. I definitely got my money's worth just seeing this open and close, and the speakers sound great, so I'm definitely going to use those in another system. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.